he's in town in Lexington. The first time in the United States, they just flew in from Venezuela. And he couldn't be more excited to be in the lineup tonight. As a matter of fact, that's them. And you get a camera shot.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's what it's for. And to come up here and broadcast the games, you have to know the kids and the players talking about this. If you're not, then you're an independent broadcaster.
Yeah.
You
Well, it's
know?
like
It's not a home team broadcast.
the day that we or last year, other than Phillips, I probably wouldn't have known who any of them were walking around. If I seen them out in public,
And that's what I'm saying. You have
they
to.
definitely don't know who we are.
Yeah. So you got to know who they are. It's just you say
We've got Ashley just texted us and said we're 90% sure Zip Garza will be the acting manager tonight for York. Or
The Legends
no, Legends. I mean, so
again.
not nice. So like also.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Wild Health Field, where tonight it's the Lexington Legends taking on the York Revolution. Michael Watkins here with you this evening on a Tuesday night at the ballpark, and we appreciate you joining us as we go live on the Legends YouTube channel for the game tonight. Appreciate you tuning us in, whether you're here at the ballpark or watching on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Again, Michael Watkins here with you. Tonight we're going to have Steve Tressler joining us as well. So if you've watched any of the first couple of games, you know Tom Gross has in the last two or three. I was here on Thursday night for opening night. Steve will be joining us as kind of a trio this year and splitting up these ball games between all the teams, or both the teams, the Legends and the Genome. So when we started, Steve, 129 games over 123 days. Got those 6 doubleheaders thrown in there as well. So it's a busy year here at the ballpark, not only for the players and for the fans, but for us as well as we try to divvy these games up. And it should be an exciting year here at Wild Health Field. The first season dawned as the Wild Health Field.
Yeah, Michael, you know what? This is unfamiliar territory right now, too. The Legends coming in, losers of 3 straight, 1-3 in the Atlantic. This is a team that's won the last 2 championships, actually last 3 championships, I should say. Excuse me. And so, they're not. This isn't familiar territory to be in last place right now. It's very early in the season, so we're like you said, we have so many games to go. There's so many dates for them that they've got a lot of room to move up, and I think everybody here thinks they probably will. And I know the ownership with Mr. Shea and Mr. Phillips, and I think they're going to do just that.
Yeah, I think so too. We'll get this thing figured out. Of course, last year, the first year in the Atlantic League, the ALPB started 1-3 and ended up winning the championship later on in the year. So still a long way to go, and we are excited to be here with you through each step of the way. Tonight we were told before the game, so there might not be a P.J. Phillips signing, but I do believe I did see Manager Phillips there in the dugout. So it appears maybe he will be the acting manager here this evening, again, as the Legends take on the York Revolution after going 1-3 versus Southern Maryland, and they actually won opening night before losing the last 3 games. So a 3-game losing streak coming into this evening. York also struggling in their opening series, so we'll see how things shake out here this series. The Legends, again, 1-3 right now. It's the tied for the second worst record in the ALPB. The Barnstormers 1-3. The Staten Island Ferryhawks 0-4 through their first 4 games. You look at the Wild Health Genomes in their first season; they're 2-2 through 4 games. High Point 2-2, Gastonia 3-1, and the Charleston Dirty Birds leading the South Division undefeated right now at 4-0. Southern Maryland with that 3-1 record over the Legends, they lead the North Division. Long Island 2-1, York 1-2, the Barnstormers 1-3, and of course, as we said, Staten Island 0-4 as they start their franchise out here in the ALPB. So should be an exciting night. All the festivities taking place down there on the field, and we will mute the mic for a moment as we get everything lined out here, get the lineups and everything squared away, and we'll come back to Wild Health Field on the Legends Broadcast Network.
Microphone 2.
Back here on the broadcast, Michael Watkins along with Steve Tressler here this evening. Glad to have you along with us here, folks, as the York Revolution set to take on your Lexington Legends, streaming here live on the Legends YouTube channel. We'll look down the lineups for these two teams. Of course, the Legends, the home team, they'll have Mason Cole on the mound for Lexington. Behind him in the infield, we'll have from third to first Betancourt. At shortstop, Cuevas. Second base is Tillman Pugh, once again playing at second, and then Marshall over at first base. From left to right, it's Hawkins, Boog Powell, and Phillip Irvine. And behind the plate, catching once again for your Legends is Jose Brasino. For the York Revolution, it'll be Jeffrey Perez leading off, the center fielder for the Revolution. Troy Stokes Jr. will bat second and play in left field. Carlos Franco will bat third. He'll be the third baseman. The first baseman, Nelly Rodriguez, batting in the cleanup spot. Carlos Castro behind the plate, batting fifth. Herrera batting sixth and the DH. Elmer Reyes will bat seventh. He's the shortstop. Batting eighth is Jack Kenley, the second baseman. And in right field, Zach Racusin for the York Revolution. He'll bat ninth. On the mound tonight, Duke Von Schaman for the York Revolution. And Steve Tressler, that may be the best name I've been able to say all year long.
Yeah, Duke Varshaman. You can't go wrong when your name is Duke Varshaman. You know, we talked before the game about that name. The only one we could think of that was more fun to say was Alfonso Soriano. But Duke Var, I mean, that's a baseball name.
Yeah, it really is. And we also have the umpires for tonight. Behind the plate, Marvin King. First base umpire tonight, Rob Massaro, and Kerry Lyle will be your second base umpire this evening.
Duke Von Schaman.
It's a pretty good name. I like it. I like Marvin King, though, too. I feel like that's a strong name. The home plate umpire, Marvin King, right tonight.
A guy like that can call balls and strikes. You know, he's not a little guy either. You know, Duke Von Schaman, he's a 6'4", 220-pound guy from Edmond, Oklahoma. You know, played AAA at one point. You're going to see some great baseball throughout the year here. A lot of these guys, some have been in the pros, some have not, but we're going to see a lot of great baseball all year long, just like the last few years. So I'm ready to go. It's exciting to be back up here in the booth.
Steve Tressler joining us again. He, along with Tom Gross, who's had the last couple of games for you. Glad to have you along here with us, folks. So Mason Cole, born in 1997 from Houston, Texas. He was drafted by the Texas Rangers in 2019 in the round 27. Was the 805th overall pick. Played at Texas A&M, and he is getting the start tonight for the Legends. Just 24 years of age, and get a great look at him there as he will be on the mound tonight. One thing about Legends pitchers is they normally have really good hair, and I think Cole fits that persona to perfection here as he will get the nod for P.J. Phillips this evening. Appreciate you joining us here, folks, as we've got a great day for baseball. Beautiful weather. The temperature right now as we get ready for first pitch, 58 degrees here in Lexington. And you see Cole with his final warm-up slot coming up here for the Legends, and we'll get this game underway.
You know, it's hot dog night too. So if you're gonna watch the game on YouTube with us, fine. But come down to the ballpark if you're in the area. Grab free hot dogs all night long. Watch the Legends get a win tonight, taking on the York Revolution. And again, York Revolution, not York and the Revolution, as we talked about.
Yeah, you tried to get me on
Prince. I wanted to get you on that train. You know, and after the game, if they win, they make pancakes, is what Keith Hartman told us. So York and the Revolution.
Got a good crowd on hand, obviously, once again at the ballpark. And we're joined, as always, up here in the booth. The boss lady's here, Steve. We got to be good. Miss Whitney's up here with us. Hugh Davis, Keith Hardeman, and Bill Salee up here with us as well. So we appreciate you all joining us. As Jeffrey Perez gets set to dig in the box. Perez, Stokes Jr., and Franco. Franco will be the 1-2-3 batters here, due up to lead things off for the Revolution on the mound, a 1-2 record coming into this game.
Perez from the Dominican Republic.
So Cole checking out with his infield, making sure everybody's ready. We are waiting on Phillip Irvine out in right field to get the door situated. Yeah, well, you don't want to lose one in the door. That would be bad. Got a good shot there of Cole as we'll get set for the first pitch of this ball game here in Lexington. Don't forget, tomorrow these same two teams will square off in about, 12 hours? It's not too far away from first pitch. After this game will end, it will be about 12 or 13 hours before they get ready for the game tomorrow morning. A 10:05 first pitch. And the first pitch of this at-bat out of the zone to Jeffrey Perez.
Perez batting .250 this year, 1 RBI.
Cole delivers. This one going to be a chopper over the third baseman Bethencourt. And just like that, 2 pitches into the ball game, the Revolution have a base runner and a single by Perez to left field.
You know, if you're teeing off, that's a slice, but out here it's a base hit. So nice way to start the game for the Revolution.
So now it's Troy Stokes Jr. batting .308 through 4 games for the Revolution. Driven in 1 run. Good start to the game for York as they've already got a base runner on 2 pitches into the contest. Cole will set and deliver a pitch that's inside and taken for ball 1.
You kind of take for granted when you go to a game and the speed clock is up there. You're able to see how fast all the pitches are, but this guy's throwing pretty hard.
Cole will get the sign from Brasino behind the plate. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count to the Revolution left fielder.
Definitely high fastball that time from Cole. You can hear the pop up here from that catcher's mitt.
Yeah, I like the nickname, too, the Revs across the jersey for the Revolution as they come in here and try to get a win against the Legends. Cole sets and delivers. This one grounded foul, able to go off the foot of Perez. It appears to be okay. Little broken bat will force Stokes Jr. to reload his artillery as he'll come back to the plate with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Of course, the Legends here at home lost 3 straight, ending that 4-game opening series to the Blue Crabs of Southern Maryland, the winning opening night here and then losing the next 3 at home.
It's tough to get rid of those crabs.
It really is. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Cole faces off against Stokes Jr. Brasino sets up toward the outside of the plate, and Cole delivers as the runner takes off. Brasino will throw down up high to Pugh, who was waiting on it, but couldn't get the tag down, and he's safe at second base with the runner now in scoring position, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Stokes Jr.
Stokes batting .308 this year. Good contact hitter. You get one by him, that's a good pitch. He can put the bat to the ball here.
Franco in the on-deck circle. As Cole from the stretch checks on the base runner and delivers the 2-2. That one's hit hard down the right field line. It'll get out of play as Marshall and Irvine give it a chase. Out there at the Mattress Overstock Stables. Tell you what, if you're coming to the ballpark and you maybe get a little sleepy, there's no better place to go than the Mattress Overstock Stables. You can go over there and maybe grab you a quick cat nap before you grab you a free hot dog here on a Tuesday night.
Eating sleep, I like it.
It's usually what I do after I do eat. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Cole checks the runner again and delivers. Outside, trying to get Stokes Jr. to chase after one. He holds off with a good eye, and the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here in the top half of inning number 1. We're just underway at the ballpark. Legends and the York Revolution. Cole, payoff pitch. Up high, ball 4, and Stokes Jr. aboard, and not the start you were looking for if you're a Legends fan.
you know, a thing that can be scary for a pitcher out there is if you get a batter like Stokes or a batter that's, you know, hitting a high percentage, if they start fouling your pitches off,
Yeah.
There's one of two things happening there. Either they're just not zeroed in as much as they could be, or they're just getting your timing down. And if they're doing that, you know, Pedro Guerrero was notorious for it. They're going to take you yard. They're going to get a solid, you know, hit on the ball, and it could go yard. So if they're fouling those pitches off as a pitcher, that can be a little scary.
So 2 on and nobody out for Carlos Franco. Now, one of my favorite all-time batting stances was Juan Franco that played for the Braves and I think the Mets late in his career. Julio Franco, is that what it was? Julio Franco, yeah.
And he was the White Sox, I think, as well.
Here is Franco on the inside, takes a pitch, 2-0. Batting just 0.83 on the season. So, not a great start for Franco, but he's got a chance to do some damage here with 2 on and nobody out in the top half of inning number 1. Legends thinking double play here as middle infield ready to turn 2. The 1-0, that's taken for a strike.
You know that name Franco, too. You talk about one of the great save pitchers in the game. You know, John Franco, Reds, Mets player. Was one of the great relievers of all time.
Carlos, the third baseman for the Revolution, awaits a 1-1. At the knees, taken for strike 2, and Carlos didn't like the call, has a little smile on his face as he chats it up with the home plate umpire, Marvin King.
Your fielders will tell you, give them something to hit. That's why we're out here. You know, give them something to hit. We'll do some work for you. You want your pitcher settled down in the first.
Here comes the 2-2. Cole with the pitch inside. The scoreboard says 3-2. I want to make sure it's right. Hugh, is it 3-2 or 2-2? This 3-2? Okay. So we got a payoff pitch coming to Franco. Top of the first. Here on the Legends YouTube channel. Glad to have you tuned in. Here's a pitch. Out toward left field. Hawkins giving it a chase as Cuevas backs up, and he'll make the grab for the first out of the inning. So good defense there for the Legends as Cuevas backs up to make the grab. So 1 out, 2 on for the cleanup batter, Nelly Rodriguez, first baseman. 364 batter on the year, had 2 RBI in the first series for the Revolution.
Nelly with a big smile on his face. You never want the cleanup guy to be in a great mood, man. This guy, he's a big fella too.
Pitch on the outside, and that's ball 1.
Batting just under 400.
Yeah, and the thing about this guy is, too, you know, you said if he can get a hold of one, he can really do some damage with 2 speedy base runners on the field or on the base path as well. Cole coming in here, and that one is taken on the outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Rodriguez. Didn't miss by much on that pitch. Cole checks the base runners, the 2-0 delivery. That one right down the pipe. It's now 2-1. And Steve, you look out there at this lineup that the Legends are throwing out. It not as much power as we saw up and down the order last year, but there's guys that can get the job done, and they showed that coming from behind a couple of different occasions in that first game. But when you're giving up 28, 21 runs like they did in that second or third, I can't remember which night it was, when they gave up 21 runs to Southern Maryland, it's hard to duplicate that kind of performance and get a victory.
Yeah, and when you put 8 runs on the board yourself, you're supposed to win that game.
Yeah.
And you certainly don't see a 21-8 loss. You get 8 runs on the board. They couldn't keep pace with the Crabs that night.
3-1. And the count as Rodriguez awaits the pitch from Cole. From the stretch, the 3-1 pitch. Outside corner, Rodriguez thought he had ball 4. Had tossed the bat behind him. But Marvin King a little slow on his strike 2 call, and once again the count is full.
Yeah, Rodriguez trying to sell that when he knew that was a strike. He wanted to throw the bat and make him think it was a walk, but the umpire knew better.
Marvin King not to be denied here in the first inning. Here comes the payoff pitch from Cole. That one's grounded over to first. Marshall will throw to second for 1. He'll get the lead runner and come back and out at first.
Nice play.
How about the defense there? Marshall to Pugh, back to Marshall. The 3-4-3 double play to end the inning. And the Legends get out of a tight jam in the early going. Check out the replay once again. Rodriguez grounds it to first. Marshall, Pugh, Marshall. The 3-4-3 in the inning comes to an end with the Legends keeping the Revolution off the board in the top of the first. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break and come right back to the Legends Broadcast Network. Back here on the Legends YouTube channels, we bring you the action. And Boog Powell leading things off for the Legends. Phillip Irvine, Hawkins, the 1-2-3. Brasenia will bat in the cleanup spot. Tillman Pugh, after a hot start to his season, 3 home runs in that opening series, will bat fifth and play second base. Swihart, Marshall, Betancourt, and Cuevas will round out the order for the Legends.
And Powell, right now, just batting .214, but when he does get a hold of the ball, he does damage. 2 solo home runs this year, so he can put the ball out there.
Yeah, Pugh tied with Roman from Gastonia and Walker from the Blue Crabs. The 3 home runs to lead the Atlantic League thus far. And Boog Powell digging in here for the Legends. Make that number 2 on the season for Powell. Back it goes and over the right field wall. Third home run for Powell, excuse me. So there you go, talking about Pugh with 2. Yeah, Boog Powell right there, number 3 on the season for Powell. And the Legends take a 1-0 lead. Boog Powell displaying his power here on the bottom of the first.
We just said when he gets a hold of the ball, he can really hit it. He's only batting .214, but that's his third home run, like you said. That now puts him not only tied for first on the Legends, but tied for first in the league right now.
Not a bad way to lead things up. I think it was the first pitch, I believe, as well. Third pitch.
Yeah, it was a 1-1 shot there.
Yeah, so didn't take Powell long to find one he liked. Now let's see if Irvine can get things going as well.
But, you know, they're watching the game. They saw, you know.
Yeah, Boog Powell with a solo home run to lead things off. He had a home run on opening night as well here at home. As now Irvine batting .250 on the season. One comes in tight to him. Now 2 balls, no strikes. And Duke Von Shaman on the mound for the Revolution. Shaman from Edmond, Oklahoma, born in '91. 3 balls, no strikes here as Irvine looking to get aboard. Following the home run from Powell, that pitch on the inside corner. 3 balls and a strike. Phillip Irvine, former Cincinnati Red, playing in right field this evening for the Legends. Shaman gets his sign and delivers. And Irvine, one of those excuse me swings, and a pretty powerful one as that one went over the big league roof here at the ballpark.
Yeah, when you get a check swing to go 250 feet, excuse me, that's not bad. It's showing a little power there on accident.
Payoff pitch. Irvine, a rocket launch to the left field. That one will get down. It'll bounce off the wall as Irvine rounds first and heads for second. And a stand-up double for the Legends right fielder following the home run from Powell. And Lexington threatening here to really do some damage in the bottom half of inning number 1.
Well, you know what? Right now, they're making light work of Duke Von Shaman. You know, we love saying his name, but if the Legends bats stay hot like this, we won't be saying it for long.
Talking about power, that's always mentioned when you mention this man right here, Courtney Hawkins, the Hawk, a .250 average as well, a home run and 2 RBIs for Hawkins to start the season. He had his home run on opening night as well. He'll take a first pitch swinging into center field. Backing up and making the catch is the center fielder Perez for the Revolution, and Irvine will have an easy tag up to third. So Hawkins doesn't get the home run, but he's able to advance the runner over to third base.
And you know what? Those sacrifice flies are important. You know, you're doing your job. You get a sacrifice fly, you still move the runner. It doesn't hurt your batting average. And you move a guy that's, you know, probably getting him in a lot better position to get another run on the board.
Racino now bats for the Legends with Irvine 90 feet away, trying to add to a 1-run lead at the moment. Racino, first pitch he sees a hard hit. Might not be hard enough to score Irvine. He will tag up. We'll have a play at the plate. Irvine will slide and easily make it in on the RBI sacrifice fly by Jose Racino.
And great job by Irvine there coming into the plate and seeing that he needed to go to the right side of the plate and kind of slide his hand over the base there to score the run. And really a great throw by that left fielder, but he just got there a step too fast.
Yeah, Stokes Jr., a good arm from left field. Set himself up to really deliver one there. But Irvine showing off his speed, coming in to score. It's now 2-0 Legends here in the bottom half of the first as the hot-hitting Tillman Pugh comes to the plate. 3 home runs, 6 RBI thus far, but just a .231 average to boot. Tillman takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, Tillman right now still, you know, he's not just in the lead for home runs, but he also leads the league in RBIs here in the early going. And last year led the league in RBIs.
Yeah, and Pugh last year, as that one's hitting to the bleachers here. Last season, he would sometimes bat toward the bottom of the order. You'd see him, you know, batting 7th, batting 8th, batting 9th. He would occasionally maybe bat in the upper part of the order, but primarily, he and Ben Aklinski were all over the place for the Legends last year and were two of the primary cogs in the offense last year that could not be stopped.
Great pitch there. Right down the pipe fastball for strike one. 1-2 now.
Yeah, 1 ball, 2 strikes for Pugh, the second baseman. He waits, swings through. Did he foul it off? He did not. Strike 3, Pugh down on strikes. But the Legends getting some early damage done off the bat of Boog Powell and Phillip Irvine and some small ball bringing him around. Give the Legends a 2-0 lead after 1. We'll step aside and come right back here to Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Now time for the Serve Pro second inning here at the Legends Ballpark, Wild Health Field, where tonight Lexington is taking on the York Revolution. And after some timely base hitting and some power from Boog Powell in the first inning, the Legends are able to add a pair of runs to the scoreboard and make it a 2-0 lead. Heading into the second inning, the Serve Pro second inning, where Carlos Castro will lead things off, the catcher for the Revolution.
Carlos also born in the Dominican Republic. A lot of guys from the Dominican Republic playing pro baseball. Some of the greats came from there.
0-1 count to Castro. Swing through and a miss for strike 2.
He's had a tough time at the plate this year so far, batting just under 100. But, you know, he'll probably get that bat going like he did last year as well, finishing close to 300.
Yeah, and Castro's the kind of hitter that kind of streaky at times. Did he go around here? He did. Strike 3. 3 straight from Cole to get Castro to start the inning. And that is the first strike out of the game for Mason Cole. Now looking back at that first inning, Steve, how about the defense of the Legends to go 3-4-3 on the double play from Marshall to Pugh and back to Marshall to end the inning with that ground ball. And Cole able to do what you talked about and allowing his defense to kind of back him up and get out of a jam there at the top of the first.
Yeah, and so tempting as a first baseman to, when you get that ground ball, just to step to your side and get that quick out. But he had the wherewithal to throw it down to second first to get the force so they didn't have to make a tag. And then he got the ball right back in time. You know, that's just textbook defense. And as a coach, to see that, you know, a lot of your job is done. You know that they get a lot of those things, and you don't have to teach it.
Rivera at the mound, and that is a Very close pitch. That was right there. That should have been a strike. It's a ball and a strike as it stands to Herrera, the DH for the Revolution.
Yep.
Cole gets the sign, and this one is fouled off back behind the plate over the big league roof here.
Yeah, when you hear the stat guys groan and moan on a pitch, and these guys have no feelings. So when they do it, you know it was bad.
1 ball, 2 strikes. A great
Not
shot
you,
of
Keith.
Cole
You're
there.
cool.
I don't know if anybody's ever called Keith Cole before it, so there might be a first. The bucket list for me.
Hey, what's that tally thing he keeps touching every time we say something about him?
Here's the 1-2. Pitch inside now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, it hurts Keith's score points when he has to sit by Hugh Davis every single night here at the ballpark.
Hurts us all.
I was trying to get Hugh to buy me a hot dog tonight, but he wouldn't do it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Herrera batting 167 on the season, a 453 OPS. Faces off with Cole. Base is empty. Cole, the 2-2 pitch. Another one close. That one a little bit low, it looked like. And the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
When you talk about OPS, a lot of listeners may not know what that is. That's on base percentage plus slugging. And that's just a combination of how many times they get on base per at bat and how many times they're getting hits. They go for extra bases, and it's just an average. The higher the number, the more of a threat they are.
Payoff pitch. This one grounded up the middle, past Cuevas at short, and it'll be a base hit for the designated hitter Herrera for the Revolution.
Good swing there. I think it's Johendry Herrera. Nice swing there. He's from Venezuela. Took a shot, went right up the middle, out of the pitcher's reach as it was just over the side of the mound there, and fast enough to get between the shortstop and the second baseman, right where you want it as a hitter.
Cole right now struggling to find the zone. He's thrown 30 pitches, just a tick over half of those for strikes, 16 of them. 125 average for Reyes, who bats here, and a pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Here's a pitch up high. Now a ball and a strike.
It looks like they spelled Reyes' name wrong there on the front of his jersey. They actually put a V instead of a Y, and they left off the E. But I guess you could make that short for Revolution.
This one grounded over to short. Cuevas might be able to turn 2. Nope. Good speed from Herrera to beat a would-be throw over to second base and keep the lead run intact.
Herrera had a good lead there, too. And you talk about fast feet, buddy. That was moving down the base path. Not even a chance at a double play. And coach will tell you, you can coach a guy on how to field. You can coach him on how to hit. You can't coach him on how to get faster.
So runner in scoring position for the Legends. Opponent tonight, the Revolution. That pitch, a called strike. Oh, 1 count to Kenley. Jack, the second baseman, a 182 average. He waits and lets the ball go by. Brasino can't grab a hold of it. It's a wild pitch from Cole.
Herrera took advantage of that one. He got down to third base, and now they've got a runner in the best scoring position of the game so far here. Still a 2-0 Legends lead.
So a runner 90 feet away from coming in for the Revolution. As Kenley hanging in there with a 2-ball, 1-strike count against Cole.
And, boy, you can tell Cole's throwing awfully hard.
Yeah, Cole just trying to settle in here. He'll deliver the 2-1. This one down the third base line. It will get out of play. And the count now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
One strike from getting out of this inning, leaving that runner on third. And for Cole, that's a win, buddy. Go back into the dugout after 2 with no runs.
If he could get himself out of another jam here, as he did in the first inning, would be huge for the confidence, I believe, of Cole as we head into the middle innings here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs for the Legends, none for the Revolution. Let's see if that changes here. It will not on this pitch as Kenley takes outside, and with 2 outs and a runner at third, the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the Revolution second baseman, Jack Kenley.
Now you've got to give him something to hit here. You got to throw a strike, and it either gets you out of the inning or it keeps the inning going.
Kenley awaits. Cole the pitch. And it's up high and inside. Ball 4. And that will put runners at the corners for the Revolution. And the second time tonight that Cole has put a base runner aboard with a base on balls. Zach Racusin now will bat. The Revolution right fielder.
You know, Zach, if there's ever a time where he has to make a judgment call in his life, he'll tell you he's recusing himself. That's where that term came from. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, pitch up high and inside to Racusin, taken for ball 1. It's a big at-bat here early in this ball game with the Legends out in front, 2-0. As Boog Powell and Phillip Irvine scoring runs in the bottom of the first for Lexington. His pitch coming in, and Brasino thought he might have got a call there, but it's 2-0 for Zach Racusin.
You're the catcher right now. You're watching first, but you're also keeping another eye there on third. It's a tough spot to be in.
Pitch on the inside, nicely thrown in there by Cole. As the count goes to 2-1. Racusin, if he could knock one into the gap, could tie this thing up here in the second inning. Cole will get the sign from Brasino and the 2-1 delivery. High and tight. Racusin recused himself there as he backed up.
You bet he did.
Plate. Yeah, there you go. Good sign there as he kind of blows off some steam and a sigh of relief that he still got his helmet and head above his shoulders.
You know, 20 years ago, the average fastball was 85 miles an hour. Now the average fastball in baseball in the pro level is 92 miles an hour.
Here's a 3-1 pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 2 from Racusin. That will run the count full with a big pitch coming up here from Mason Cole on the mound tonight for the Legends, making his first start as a Legend. The 24-year-old right-handed pitcher from Texas A&M. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Cole from the stretch, sets, and delivers. And down on strikes goes Racusin. Second strike out of the game for Cole, and a big one there, Steve Tressler, as once again he works himself into a jam and finds a way out.
Yeah, left 2 runners on base, too, and that's a win for a pitcher and also for the team. If you can leave runners stranded, get back in the dugout, they don't score, always a good feeling.
Swihart, Marshall, and Betancourt due up for the Legends as we take a short commercial break and come right back here on the Legends YouTube channel. Blake Swihart, Marshall, and Betancourt will be up to bat for the Legends here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Swihart, the DH, kind of a utility player for the Boston Red Sox late in his major league career. Had a lot of buzz surrounding him. I remember playing with Swihart on MLB The Show back in the day. He's a guy now that has found him a home in Lexington early on in the ALPB season.
A lot of people don't know it, but the word "swy" is Gaelic for cold, so his name is Blake Coldheart. I made that up. I have no idea.
It sounded good, though.
Yeah, I should have just left it. People had been Googling "swy."
I almost did myself. That pitch outside. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Hugh Davis is on his game today, man. The scoreboard updating so quick out there. 1-2 as Swihart bats here. He's yet to record a base hit as a member of the Legends.
Yep.
That might change here, and it will. Into right center field and right on cue. Blake Swihart, his first career hit in a Legends uniform as he gives the Legends a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, nice swing there by the 30-year-old, putting it out right center field.
Brings up M-squared, Montrell Marshall, playing over at first this evening. Marshall hit a home run on opening night here at the ballpark. Batting .250 on the season, has driven in 4 runs. Swihart gets a good lead and forces the throw over from Shaman.
You know, you can't tell how big he actually is, but he's 6'5", 240 pounds standing there holding a bat. And, buddy, when he swings that thing, there's some power behind it.
A good athlete, too, for his size. Takes one here on the inside.
Now, is that Ben Revere down there at first base for the coach, first base coach for Legends?
I believe so. Now, Revere, the Legends hitting coach, had a great career himself in the major leagues. Marshall takes one here. It's a called strike, a ball and a strike.
Also one of the nicest and most humble baseball players you'll ever meet. Even the peak of his career, I caught him a few times just out and about, and just a gentleman, very cordial, loved to talk baseball. Great to see him back.
1-1 as Marshall swings through here for strike 2. I remember last year in the deciding game, the championship game when the Legends were crowned ALPB champions, Revere hit a home run over the right field wall, and you would have thought that the team had already won the championship. Now, they were a few innings away from doing so, but just the way that they celebrated when Ben Revere, who's not known for his power.
No, he's not a big guy.
Yeah, just tore one over the right field wall, and the team went crazy. Here's a 1-2 count to Marshall. One ripped down the third base line. It'll keep it at a ball and 2 strikes.
He pulled that ball. He saw that pitch coming.
Yeah, Marshall was on it just a little bit too far out in front. The first baseman for Lexington sees Swihart get a good lead. The DH got a base hit, his first of his Legends career. And Marshall, again, down the third base line. This time he'll line it out and get a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third, Swihart. They're going to wave him home. Might have a play at the plate. Swihart, no throw attempt, and Blake will come in to score. And an RBI double for Montrell Marshall.
Yeah, give him an RBI there because that ball ripped down the third base line into the corner for extra bases. And then Swihart scoring, coming all the way in. And a lot of people don't know the word swy means fast. So Fast Heart came in and scored that run.
And now for Marshall, the RBI is his 5th on the season and will tie him for 2nd in the Atlantic League at the moment. And now he finds himself in scoring position with nobody out for Dominic Betancourt. Schaum on a pitch on the outside corner, a called strike one. Legends 3, York nothing. And Steve, now I know this game's far from over. Maybe it's just a case of Tom might be some early season bad luck for the Legends. You know, he does those 3 games over the weekend. They go 0-3. I was here on opening night. We win the first game, so.
You're the 5th person to say that.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens the rest of this inning, but we got a long way to go. Here's Betancourt popping one up in foul territory and caught by the first baseman Rodriguez for the first out of the inning.
Cesar Cuevas coming to the plate here. Orange County, California. Beautiful area. Used to live out in Orange County, California myself. Olympic College is where he played his college baseball.
And you've lived in a lot of different places. Is Orange County really one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a Marine at Camp Pendleton and lived off post in San Mateo and then lived in San Clemente. But yeah, it's a beautiful area. Orange County, California, second most wealthy area in the United States, behind Orange County, New Jersey, actually. And I was the brokest person in Orange County. Proud to say.
First pitch to Cuevas was taken for strike one on the inside corner. Got a runner in scoring position, 1 out for the Legends shortstop. Boog Powell, top of the order, coming up. And pitch inside, a ball and a strike.
You know, you made the comment that Marshall, as big as he is, just a really good athlete, not just in baseball, but boy, he did show off his jets there. He got all the way around to second with that ball in the corner and brought the runner in as well. They couldn't make a play at second. He was there.
Yeah, 5 RBI now for Marshall on the season, as this one's hit hard, popped up into left field. And Stokes Jr. will come in to make the catch. So back-to-back pop-ups by the middle infielders, and coming to the plate now, Boog Powell, who homered in his first at-bat.
You know, as a pitcher, too, Von Schauman's thinking, what did I throw him when he took me yard there? But he knows exactly what he threw him. And it'll be interesting to see if he gives him anything really substantial to hit this time.
Powell
Sometimes a batter just has your number.
Yeah, Powell now 3 home runs, 3 RBI on the season. So all of his RBI have come off all 3 of his home runs, which have been solo shots for the Legends center fielder. Pitch outside here for ball 1.
Yeah, high fastball outside, hoping he would probably chase that one.
2 outs here in the inning. Marshall has been hanging that over at second base and has watched both Betancourt and Cuevas pop up for back-to-back outs. Now Powell waits the 1-0 and a pitch on the inside corner, making a ball and a strike.
Yeah, he caught him staring at that changeup. He had that high fastball, and then he came back with a high changeup, threw that ball 25 miles an hour less than the first pitch, and it froze up, Boog.
1-1 the count. As the pitch grounded over to short, it'll get through. Marshall is going to come around third. Another play at the plate. Montreal sliding in and safe at second as Powell. Scratch that, he's tagged out as he kind of came around second on a hard slide. His momentum pulled him around the back. Check out the replay here.
And you know what? You called it right the first time. He was safe. His hand came off the bag, and then the awareness of the second baseman or the shortstop there to tag him out is what got him. We're safe there. Boom, out there.
Second time, and a great shot there on the instant
And he knows
replay.
it, too. He threw his head back like, I can't believe I did that.
And Powell a little bit shaken up as he comes over to the Legends dugout. The run from Marshall is going to count as he did come in to score. So give Powell the RBI for driving in Montreal Marshall. But the inning comes to an end with the Legends adding 2 more runs, 2 in the first, 2 in the second for Lexington. And they lead 4-0 here on the Legends YouTube channel. Nate Thompson will take over in center field for Boog Powell, who injured himself on that play when he slid into second base. So hopefully he's going to be okay. But Powell out now after a good start to his game, an RBI on the home run, and then an RBI single there on that play. So 2 RBIs, the home run, but his game will come to an end. And Nate Thompson now takes over in center field and will take his spot at the top of the order the next time around as well.
A lot of good dancing out there right now amongst the fans as the camera zooms around.
Well, it's a good thing they didn't get a good shot of Hugh Davis up here dancing, because the word good would not have been applied.
I thought it was amazing. I mean, he's got some moves, let's be honest.
Well, it was good till he started to try to do the worm. And that's when things went
Well, I
went
mean,
wrong.
sure, he kicked a few of the computers, but as far as worms go, that was, throwing it back a few years. Not bad.
Now, Hugh did win the EKU twerking contest back-to-back years in 2019 and 2020 before COVID hit.
Is that what those trophies were?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering what those were up here because it looked like somebody dancing. It didn't look like a baseball trophy.
The most famous WWE worm.
Scotty Tuhani. There you go. He's going to try to start testing my wrestling knowledge. It's going to be tough. Got 1 ball, no strikes as leading off for the Revolution. Perez back up there after he singled to left field in his opening at-bat, the first at-bat of the ball game. Beautiful day for baseball here in Lexington as we are in the top half of the 3rd inning and a 4-0 lead for the Legends. Mason Cole still in there, and he'll throw this one on the outside corner to make it 2-1.
Free hot dogs today, too. I mean, what a day to go to the ballpark. Not a cloud in the sky, free hot dogs. There's no reason to not be here. And you get to sit around and watch baseball.
And we're on the YouTube channel, so you can come to the game and pull us up on YouTube while you watch. Now, you might want to grab you a better seat behind the net because you're not going to be paying attention while you're watching the game. But still a great facility. You can maybe grab you a seat in the Pepsi party deck or bring the kiddos out to the Legends. Got the floats and everything out there. The kids area, which is always fun for the youngsters, as that one's hit hard into right field. And Irvine making a nice grab for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and there's not a bad seat in the house here. I mean, this stadium is 20 years old, 21 years old now as of last year, but or this year. Not a bad seat. You can't come here and not enjoy the game.
So Troy Stokes Jr., he walked in the first inning. Bats now versus Cole. See if Cole can get a 1-2-3 inning here. We talked about the confidence and getting in jams in both the first and second innings and finding a way out of that. One's coming right back up here. Had the net not been there, Steve, you would have had to have hopped over here to protect the moneymaker.
No, Keith's to my left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're good.
So.
Got an 0-1 count to Stokes Jr. Base is empty, 1 out as Cole sets and delivers, and a swing and a miss. We'll put the Legends pitcher in front 0-2. I love the camera angle here as we get a great shot of the former Texas A&M Aggie.
Stokes out there, Troy Stokes Jr., you're just talking about the plate, former major leaguer too.
Cole sets the 0-2, high and tight. Brasinho up out of his stance to make the grab. Yeah, it's interesting to see this Legends rotation. Obviously, J.J. Hoover got this nod on the first night of the season, but we've seen different guys throughout the years come in and take over some roles. Austin Adams did a good job closing that game out in the first game of the year. That one's going to go behind Stokes Jr. Did that get him? It looked like it bounced off the back.
Yeah, it looked like it was a foul. It hit his bat there.
So he will stay at the plate, and it will be 2-2.
Yeah, Stokes, he made his major league debut actually last year with the Pirates.
So the count now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Cole delivers a pitch way up high. It'll stay in the infield as Pugh will come over and make the catch. So 2 outs in the inning. And Cole now 1 out away from that 1-2-3 inning we talked about. But it is the number 3 hitter, Carlos Franco, coming to the plate. He flew out to left field his first time around and is now batting just .077 on the season. Cole delivers a pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. Middle infield playing back here as Franco bats against Cole with an 0-1 count and 2 outs in the inning. That one on the outside corner, beautifully pitched in there by Cole, painting the edge for a strike 2 call. And now 1 strike away from retiring the side in order for the Legends' 24-year-old right-handed pitcher.
And boys, he's throwing some pop now. He's really warmed up.
Cole delivers one in there. That one coming inside on Frankel. Did he go around?
He did.
No sign yet. He did not. And I think the third base umpire might have fallen asleep on us there for a moment.
Let me get a replay of that one because he went around.
And Brasino with a smile as he throws it back out to Cole.
Yeah, you're right. I think somebody over here whispered it didn't look like maybe
Yeah, check out this. So did he go around? Brasino? I didn't get it. Yep, did not get it. It was close. But this ain't horseshoes. Thanks to Marsh up there for a replay. Here's the pitch coming in to Franco again. Make it 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning. And the Legends a 4-0 lead here in the top half of inning number 3.
That's right. Horseshoes and hand grenades, the only time it can be close.
Tom came up with jarts.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And how about the inning for Mason Cole?
1, 2, 3.
The top of the order comes up, and Cole sends them down in order. A fly out from Perez, a pop-up to second from Stokes Jr., and a strikeout to Franco, the 3rd strikeout of the game for Cole as the inning comes to an end, and the Legends take a 4-0 lead into the bottom half of the 3rd here on the Legends YouTube channel. Phillip Irvin to lead things off as we go into the bottom of the 3rd here on the Legends YouTube channel. Michael Watkins and Steve Tressler along with you. And it'll be Irvin, Hawkins, and Brasino, the 2, 3, 4 part of the order, coming up here to bat. First pitch in there for a ball as Irvin doubled to left field his first time around, came in to score on a sac fly RBI from Brasino. Here's the 1-0 pitch up high in the zone, make it 2-0.
Good start so far for Irvine, batting .294 so far this year. That OPS you talked about earlier, up at 780, just shy of 800.
The 2-0 Irvine, a hard hit ball on the left center. Going back is the center
deep.
fielder, and Perez will camp under it right at the edge of the shadow from the signs and everything back there as that pitch hit hard by Irvine, but just a deep fly ball out, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Boy, I tell you what, he just missed putting that one out of the park. I mean, had it been a millimeter more on the bat on that ball, and it had been gone all the way to the warning track.
So Hawkins bats. He had a sac fly his first time around. 0 for 1 in the ball game, and a .235 hitter is the Hawk, but we know it don't take long for him to get going. Hard hit ball into center field. Perez backing up. And the very next pitch, Perez making it back-to-back outs, recorded by him in center field. 2 outs now for Brasino, the Legends catcher.
Well, they're hitting the ball. They're just not hitting him in the gaps here. I mean, that's 2 shots right there, 385 feet for both of those guys.
Yeah, and Von Schaman, 35 pitches now, 24 of those for strikes. Make it 36 pitches, now 25 of those for strikes after that one to Hawkins. So he's definitely putting the ball over the plate, and the Legends have already answered with 4 runs thus far on 5 hits. Pitch on the inside corner, a called strike.
There's another strike for you.
Letting his defense back him up is Von Schaman. That pitch taken, and out of the zone, 1-1 the count. Pugh in the on-deck circle. Brasino swings through for strike 2. It's now 1-2 the count.
Brasino, another one of those guys that joined the Legends out of the MLB.
Yeah, Jose was really good towards the second half of last season and into the postseason. A really big piece of that team that won the championship last year in their first year in the ALPB. So 2-2 the count now to Jose. And the thing about Brasino, not only is he good at the plate and behind the plate as well when he's on defense, but the guy is a proven leader as he rips one down the left field line here and foul. Yeah, but Jose just always makes sure that his teammates are in the right spot. He takes command while he's out there on the field.
Well, you know, a catcher's got a lot of jobs out there. You know, you go back a few innings, and it was first and third. Brasino's behind the plate. He's trying to get the pitcher to throw the right pitches.
Hits one hard here to left field, and Stokes Jr. will come up to make the catch. So 3 hard-hit balls by the Legends here in the bottom half of the third, but all 3 caught. 2 by Perez in center field, and that one by Stokes Jr. in left to end the inning. Legends still lead it 4-0 as we go to the 4th inning here on the Legends YouTube channel. We're back here on the Legends YouTube channel with Lexington in front 4-0 heading into the fourth inning. And 2 up for the York Revolution. Nelly Rodriguez, the first baseman, followed up by Castro and Herrera. The 4, 5, 6 part of the order due up here for York. And that first pitch fouled off for strike 1. Steve Tressler and myself, Michael Watkins, here with you on a Tuesday night in Lexington at Wild Health Field. And Steve, a 4-0 lead for the Legends, getting the job done thus far through 3 innings.
Absolutely. Legends looking strong and coming off that 3-game losing streak. The York Revolution here on a 2-game losing streak. So both teams trying to get out of the loss column here and break that losing streak. Legends doing a better job of it as of right now.
Mason Cole, a big reason why he's gotten into some trouble in the first inning and in the second inning, but his defense and himself doing a good job of getting out of trouble in both those innings with people in scoring position, runners getting on base early on in the inning, but Cole did a good job of battling and keeping the Revolution off the board as we now are in the fourth inning, and York still trying to place some runs together and come back after now trailing 4-0. Rodriguez digs in with a 1-2 count and fouls another pitch off, this one down the right field line.
Nelly Rodriguez batting .333 so far this season. Put out some great music in the 90s. Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't him. That's a different Nelly.
There's a couple of Nellies. There's Furtado as well.
Yeah.
Spelled differently, of course.
The Promiscuous Girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Actually, my favorite rap song of all time was from Nelly. Country Grammar. Did you ever jam out to that one back in the day?
I speak fluent country grammar, as y'all may know. But, yeah, I remember Country Grammar. Shoot, yeah, that was a great song.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Rodriguez, who grounded into that inning double play back in the first, a 3-4-3 double play from Marshall to Pugh and back to Marshall. Bats here with a 2-2 count, and it'll run the count full. Brasino waiting the strike 3 call from home plate umpire Marvin King, but it never would come. And Brasino delivers the pitch back out to his pitcher. And the count now full for Rodriguez, who at once trailed 0-2. Now it's 3-2, and the payoff pitch coming from Cole. High and tight, and that will be ball 4. And for the third time this evening, Mason Cole has put a runner on base, and it's always a bit more tricky when you put the leadoff runner aboard.
It really is. Nelly taking first base there. He's a draft pick. He was drafted in the 2012 MLB draft in the 15th round by the Cleveland Indians. Never quite got there. But as you can see, he's starting to come around 10 seasons of professional baseball. He's swinging the bat good now, and you don't know if he's going to stick around or not. He may get the call batting .333, and you're right. It's tough to get out of that first inning when you put the first one on.
Another pitch coming in. This time it's Castro who has to duck out of the way, and Cole has had a few of those scenarios, and now Castro and Brasino chatting it up here. Good shot of that.
Going to the fourth inning, though, you've thrown a lot of pitches at this point. He's probably thrown somewhere around 50, 60 pitches, but still no runs on the board. So,
yes, Mason Cole, 68 pitches, 34 for strikes thus far.
68 pitches so far for Cole.
Here's a 1-0 count on the outside edge. And now Castro doesn't like the call.
You want your pitchers to be good for 100 pitches. After that, a lot of managers will pull their guy just to rest their arm and not to get them overworked. But you go back 30 years, and those guys were always throwing over 100 pitches a game and starting, 2 games a week even.
This one gets away from Brasino, the second wild pitch of the game for Cole. And that allows that base runner, Rodriguez, to advance up to second in scoring position now with nobody out. And again, more often than not, if you put a base runner on base with a base on balls to lead off the inning, it seems like it always comes around to bite you. And Cole will once again have to find his way out of a jam with a runner in scoring position and nobody out here in the fourth.
Well, he can do it. You know, we've watched him do it 2 out of the last 3 innings, so this is not new territory for him.
Cole checks on the runner and delivers a pitch. Wow, that one looked good from here. That couldn't have missed by much, Keith Hardiman. A little bit low. But it makes it 3-1 now to Carlos Castro, who struck out his first time up. He led off the second inning with that strikeout.
Big lead for Rodriguez.
Coming in, ball 4, and Castro will take his base. Back-to-back walks to begin the inning for Mason Cole, and the Legends pitcher struggling this time to find the zone, as he only got 1 strike in there to Castro.
You know, when you get a pass ball like that, too, though, you let a man go to second base. You leave first base open. Some pitchers are more comfortable just go ahead and walking that batter to set up the double play. So you got runners on first and second. And, you know, after he had the pass ball, it looked like he just, you know, threw a couple hard pitches, but threw them high, maybe deliberately just to put somebody on the base so they have a play at any base now.
Herrera 1 for 1 in the game as he bats here in the top of the fourth. A single right up the gut, up the middle, back in the second inning. Rodriguez at second, Castro at first. The Revolution with a pair of runners on and nobody out, down 4-0 here in the top inning of the fourth.
So far, a 2-hitter, too, for Cole tonight.
The base on balls could be his undoing here with the Revolution threatening. Cole will deliver a pitch outside, ball 1, and that's been the issue here this inning, putting the ball over the plate, which he was so good at in the first 3 innings, letting his defense do the damage for him behind home plate. And Brasino was making sure that he threw the right pitches for his defense behind Cole to make the plays that he needed to have made. That pitch taken for a strike. And I like what Herrera's doing there, making throw one over the plate before you decide to swing.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was about to say. Herrera just he had no thought of swinging that bat until a strike came across.
Here comes the 1-1. Coming in on Herrera.
Looked like a good pitch, honestly. I think Herrera sold the step back there as if it got too close to him.
It's a big at-bat for Cole, trying to preserve this 4-0 lead. Herrera is batting just .286 on the season. Counting his favor, though. 2 balls, 1 strike. Coming in on him again, Herrera kind of falling out of the way as the count goes to 3-1. And Cole threatening to load the bases with 3 straight base on balls. He walked Rodriguez, he walked Castro, and now it's 3 balls and a strike to Herrera. Brasino the sign. The 3-1 pitch is grounded foul, kind of chopped over behind and near the Legends dugout. That will run the count full. Rodriguez fell behind 0-2 to begin this inning. And he got 3 straight out of the zone, fouled off a pitch, and then walked on the very next pitch to get aboard. Castro walked on 5 pitches. Here's the payoff pitch to Herrera. And he will take a base on balls. 3 straight walks from Mason Cole. And the Revolution bring the tying run to the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out in the 4th inning. And coming out to talk to his pitcher, that's J.J. Hoover, pitching coach for the Legends.
Yeah, just wants to settle his guy down a little bit. He's going to ask him how his arm is feeling. The standard answers. I'm great. Let me go ahead, Skip. And but now he's going to tell him, hey, just give him something to hit. Let your fielders do their job. Let's get you through this inning and the next, so we can at least put you in the win column, and then we'll get you out of here.
I believe I heard Keith say that Geraldo warming up, Keith.
23.
Yeah, so that's Yarmil Geraldo, the relief pitcher from the Dominican Republic warming up in the Legends bullpen. 78 pitches for Cole, 37 of those for strikes, but he has really labored here in this inning with a base on balls to Rodriguez, Castro, and Herrera here in the top half of the fourth.
Coach Hoover making his way back to the dugout now, and let's see if the little talk he had with him helped him out a little bit. A lot of times, you know, there's no thought of getting you out of the game. They just want to go out there, give you a little break, get your head back in the game, maybe calm you down a little bit because you get frustrated out there.
So here's Cole back on the mound now from the stretch. The base is loaded. He sets and delivers, and a swing and a miss on the first pitch to Elmer Reyes. Reyes batting just 111 on the season. He grounded out to shortstop in his only other at-bat tonight, back in the second inning.
You know, one of the things that Derek Jeter was famous for, besides being just an amazing shortstop, is being able to calm down his pitchers. At one point, you know, he walks up to the mound and says to the pitcher, you know, when the pitcher's struggling, hey, can you believe J-Lo's here tonight? And he kind of nods with his head to show him where he's at, to where she is at. And, of course, pitcher and him got a laugh, and he settled down and played better after that.
Yeah, it helps when you've got some Hall of Fame pitchers out there on the mound as well, and Andy Pettit and
Rivera.
Moose. Yeah, you had Mike Messina and
Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, Rivera was pretty good himself.
I think Aroldis Chapman still holds the record for fastest pitch at 106, but there's been a few guys that have hit 105 here lately. It's not going to be too long before that's broken. So one out for him now. Bases still loaded.
This one hit hard into right field, and that one is going to come off the wall into the glove of Irvine. He'll turn around and throw it in quickly, but only one run coming across. How about that? Great job by Phillip Irvine to get that ball in quickly, and that might be it for Mason Cole, as now P.J. Phillips makes his way out of the Legends dugout, and Geraldo will probably get the nod for the Legends.
Yeah, boy, and when that ball was hit, you thought this game's either going to be tied up or awful close. But you're right. What a job by Irvine, playing the wall beautifully. I mean, just perfectly. Gets it off the wall, gets the ball to the cutoff man, and before you know it, only one run is scored. And now Cole is headed for the dugout.
Geraldo will come in to pitch with the Legends clinging to a 4-1 lead, but the base is still loaded for the Revolution here in the top of the fourth. We're coming right back here, folks, to the Legends ballpark. It's Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Back here at the ballpark, and the Legends taking on the York Revolution. Michael Watkins here with you, along with Steve Tressler. And Steve, it's a 4-1 lead now for Lexington as they take on the Revolution here in the top of the fourth inning. One out and the bases loaded for Bercusen. And now Brasinho going to go out and chat with his new pitcher in the game. That is Yaramil Geraldo.
Sometimes those catchers just like to remind them of what that batter did last time, and it could be just, get the signal straight before he throws his first pitch there.
Yeah, Bercusen struck out his first time up at the plate back in the second inning. That ended the second inning. Here's a pitch that's popped up and playable. Betancourt coming in and will make the catch right in front of the pitcher's mound, and easily done by Geraldo. You come in, you throw one pitch, you get an out immediately, and now 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the fourth.
Boy, I tell you what, they're really escaping one. If they can get out of this inning with just that one run scored, that's a win.
As some Billy Ray plays over the loudspeakers here at the stadium. And Jeffrey Perez now bats for the Revolution. Perez 1 for 2 in the game with a single to left field and a fly out to right field. Falls behind in the count 0-1.
Both these guys from the Dominican Republic.
Perez awaits the 0-1 on the outside corner. Geraldo coming in, throwing steam and throwing strikes.
Yeah, that was an awfully hard pitch there. Fastball right down the pipe. Not much of a chance for Perez to get the bat around that.
Big at bat here with 2 outs for the Revolution. Bases loaded, down by 3. And Perez will take a pitch below the knees. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
That's the lost art right now, is the middle reliever, right? The guy that comes in and sets up your closer. If you can find those guys right now in the major leagues, there are very few of them there. Geraldo trying to prove to all the young guys watching how to do it. If he can get out of this inning with 1 more out and no more runs scored, that's textbook of what a middle guy should do.
Here's the 1-2. Out in front of it and into center field. Thompson coming in, and he'll make the catch right in front of the stash in center field. Nate Thompson getting in on the action after coming in for the injured Boog Powell. And the inning comes to an end with Lexington forcing the Revolution to strand the bases loaded. 1 run across, and that's it, and that's all here in the fourth inning. A 4-1 lead for the Legends as we go to the bottom half of the fourth here at the Legends ballpark. It's Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Back to the ballpark we come with Tillman Pugh leading things off in the bottom of the fourth inning with the Legends on top 4-1.
Pugh, one of those leaders in the league with home runs, tied now with Boog Powell as well, as they both have 3 on the season. And he's also league leader in RBIs with 6. Hoping to add to those totals right now.
Pugh batting just .214 on the season. But
look at that OPS, though.
Yeah, a 1.246
That is a
OPS.
monster. Yeah.
And Pugh also striking out his first time around with Swihart and Marshall to follow. And the 5, 6, 7 part of the order due up here for the Legends.
Do you know what the word Pugh means in Swedish? It means I hit baseballs good. A lot of people don't know that.
1-1 count to Tillman.
See?
And that one grounded, or excuse me, hit over the head of the third baseman for a base hit, and Pugh aboard for the first time tonight.
And that third baseman's huge, so what a good hit, right?
And my favorite thing about Pugh last year, we called it a Tilly bomb for Tillman Pugh when he would hit a home run. He got a hold of one of those, or a few of those over the weekend. Swihart now bats after a single to right center field his first time up, his first hit as a Legend. Batting now 143 on the season. And Pugh gets a throw over from the pitcher. And as Hugh Davis pointed out, Swihart, in that 21-8 loss over the weekend to the Blue Crabs, walked 5 times in the game when the Legends lost to the Blue Crabs 21-8.
Well, you'd love to see that. That means you've got a patient hitter, and he's not in a hurry to swing the bat. And if you can get a guy up there to take 3 or 4 pitches, that's just a smart at bat. And those numbers, you know, he's 143 now, but that number will rise because look at his on-base percentage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a 743 tells you he gets on base, and you just said it, 5 walks.
Swihart with a now 2-ball, no strike count.
The word "swy" actually means tender, so tender heart, Blake Tenderheart.
2-0 count, and Swihart trying to give the Legends some breathing room here with the 3-run lead in the fourth, maybe trying to add to it. That pitch on the outside corner, he didn't like the call. The 143 average does not show really what Swihart has done through the first 5 games of the year, getting on base. He waits here and swings through for strike 2, evening the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
8 walks on the year.
8 walks on the year for Swihart, who's played first, got some DH, and he'll play some outfield, maybe play behind the plate some. He's one of those guys that can play all over the field, and you know that P.J. Phillips loves those kind of players.
Making those pitchers work, too. If you don't throw him strikes, he's not swinging, and, you know, that's a mark of a good ball player.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Swihart. Steve will have the call for you tomorrow morning as Swihart pops one up here and going to be playable at third and caught by Franco. So, Steve, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning as I'm crawling out of bed, you'll be on the call for the Legends game as they take on York Revolution in game number 2 of this series. You'll be here on Thursday night as well. And then Tom Gross will be back on the call for the weekend series as the Legends are back at home again. How about the start of the season? You get 10 straight games at home before you finally have to take off on the road. And then opening night for the Genomes will be here on May the 3rd at Wild Health Field as Montrell Marshall digs in after an RBI in his first at-bat.
And Tom will be here on the call for the Genomes opening game, and I'll come in and tamp him out after 4 or 5 innings and take the second half.
Team effort, man.
That's right.
They got to love it up here. You know, we're all pitching in, trying to do our part.
One big team.
There you go, Bill. One big team. I like it. Even though we always don't get along, you know, Hugh Davis and I have to have separate locker rooms, you know. Yeah.
But you still sleep in the same bed, and that's what counts.
He was a cover stealer, I believe, though. Montrell Marshall batting here with now a ball and a strike and an out. After Swihart popped up to third for the first out of the inning.
Marshall had that stand-up double his last at bat. 5 RBIs on the season, strong OPS, and batting right around 300 at 294.
Pugh gets a good lead, pitch outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Tried for the corner and missed. Yeah, I should say that like Harry Doyle if I'm going to say that at all, right?
Yeah.
Tried for the corner and missed. There you go. That probably sounded better.
Pugh will take his lead again. Tillman's got some good speed. If Marshall can get one into a gap, might be able to drive him in here. Montrell might just do it. Hard hit ball in the left field. Pugh going to hold up at second. That's a good job by Stokes Jr. to get to that ball quickly.
Montrell's a baseball player. I mean, just nice crack that time right over the third baseman's head. Now runners on first and second here. 1 out, and the Legends threatening to score again.
We have a hot dog in the room. Yeah, hot dogs are free tonight, folks. If you're coming to the ballpark, still got plenty of time. This game's not even halfway over with yet. Every Tuesday, that's right, Hugh. Every Tuesday, free hot dogs at Wild Health Field. As Betancourt now bats, and a first pitch, grounded, it'll get through in the left field. They're going to hold Pugh up at third, as Betancourt will load the bases with a single to left field.
You know, I think Tillman could have made that. I think they were just trying to avoid another injury. Boog Powell going out after he tried to stretch that single into a double, and you want to keep at least one of those good strong bats there, and I think that's what they did. Pugh could have made it.
Yeah, I think it would have been another bang play, but they've already shown that Stokes Jr. doesn't have a tremendous arm in left field. I think there's been a couple of plays at the plate, and then there was one cut off by the shortstop as well where they were able to get Powell.
Yeah.
So it would have been a very close bang play had Pugh decided to come around there or had they waved him around. But it does mean the bases are loaded for Cuevas, who, you know, with the way his season has started, batting just 0.77 on the year, he'd love to get some RBIs driven in. First pitch, swing and a miss for the Legends shortstop. You know, last year Roberto Baldwin was so good at that shortstop position. Not only, you know, at the plate, but his defense in the middle infield with Brandon Phillips was tremendous throughout the season.
What an asset to have Brandon Phillips out there just as a voice in the ear of some of those younger players, too.
Yeah, and we'll see Brandon at some point this season, I'm sure, in the Legends uniform. The legend himself, former Cincinnati Red.
He made it to the press box the other day.
Again, he's been up here a couple of times, and I've missed him. Surprised he didn't want a Michael Watkins autograph. He would not get him one, though, Hugh. Bases loaded for Cuevas. A ball and a strike. This one hit hard, and a nice job by Cuevas driving in 1. Marshall coming around, driving in 2, and there are the RBIs. The first of the season for Cuevas with a single to right field and driving in 2, and the Legends take a 6-1 lead. Check out the replay here as that ball hit hard into right field. Marshall and Pugh both coming in to score. It's now 6-1 as Thompson will come up for his first at-bat of the ball game.
A nice easy stroke by Cuevas, putting the ball into play. Both of those guys pounding around those bases, getting in there quick, and 2 more runs scored, and the Legends looking good here, 6-1.
Nate Thompson as the manager out there for the Revolution. Do we have a hook?
I think this is 39.
Yep, new pitcher coming in for York. Number 30. Is it number 39?
Yeah, 39's Eduardo Rivera. He's a right-hander, Dominican Republic, and played Played single A ball.
So he'll get warmed up and take over for,
Throws hard.
yeah, Von Schaman, who struggled mightily in this ball game, and with base runners still aboard for the Legends, Betancourt and Cuevas, the left side of the infield for the Legends. It's a 6-1 lead as a new pitcher comes in for the Revolution. Step aside and come back to Wild Health Field with the Legends on top, 6-1 on the Legends YouTube channel. So Nate Thompson will dig in to face the new pitcher for the Revolution, number 39. It is Eduardo Rivera coming in for Von Schaman. Thompson with...
First at bat of the year for Thompson.
So I was getting ready to say, yeah, I was trying to get that out. I'm glad you caught me there. Steve, that's what a teammate is supposed to do. Backing me up.
He was the one that got caught in that double switch the other day.
Okay.
He was the DH.
So he never got the at-bat, though, right?
Correct. Or maybe one, but
Here's
Not a
Thompson.
completed at bat, though, I think.
Yeah. So Thompson sees the pitch go by to go ahead 2-0. At second base is Betancourt. Over at first base, Cuevas, the left side of the infield, bottom part of the order, getting on base for Lexington and helping them drive in a pair of runs here in this inning. 2 runs in each of the first and second inning. They skipped the third and got 2 more here in the fourth. And now Thompson takes that pitch outside. Now 3 balls, no strikes.
You know, if you're watching the game at home, you would not know what the weather is here because I've seen people with jackets and hats on. I've seen people in short sleeves and shorts and T-shirts. It's a little chilly, just so everybody knows.
That pitch outside, strike one. I actually had to reach over and ask Keith, like a 1987 film, if I could borrow his jacket, his Letterman jacket that he still wears, you know, from back in the day.
Hey, a special hello to some listeners out there, Trey and Max and Kennedy and Lindsay. Thanks for watching Legends Baseball on YouTube Live.
That pitch coming in, and ball 4 to Thompson. So he'll take a base on balls and load them up for Phillip Irvine. It's a Blue Stallion base on balls. Be sure to visit Blue Stallion Brewing for hanging out in Lexington. They're going to be out and about. Now Phillip Irvine digs in at the plate. He's 1 for 2. He doubled to left field back in the first inning. Came around to score on an RBI sac fly by Brasino, and then flew out to left center field in the last inning when the Legends were at bat. Bats here with 2 on, and make that the base is loaded and 1 out. And the pitch goes outside, ball 1 to Irvine.
You know, a solid shot, though, when he hit it to straightaway center, 385, 390 feet. And like I said before, you know, if he would have had just a little more bat on that ball, he would have sent that one packing. But bases loaded for him here. This is time for him to shine.
Yeah, Irvine batting .278. Has yet to hit a home run this year. Would be a great time to do so. High pop up, heading back towards us over the big league
Duck.
roof here.
Did that get you?
I can't tell.
It was close.
I feel fine right now.
Well, you have the jacket
That's
on.
right. Yeah, Keith's jacket protecting me. It's like a shield basically around my whole body. It's like one of those sumo suits that you can buy on Amazon or something. Yeah.
Yeah, the T-Rex is my favorite.
It's a ball and a strike to Irvine. As Rivera sets and delivers up high 2-1, and behind the plate, Castro having to come up out of his stance to make sure that one didn't get by him. It's
I'm sorry, go ahead.
2-1 with one out.
Now, do you throw baseball to your son in the backyard?
We throw right now a very soft, like cushy ball.
Yeah.
Because he's not great at catching. He catches like his mom
Okay.
at the moment, so hope she's not watching.
Yeah, definitely don't want that.
That pitch gets away. Yeah, my son just turned 2 on New Year's Eve, and
Yeah, that's great. You have a beautiful family, and you show me some pictures. And
we're working on some basketball around. We got one of those like plastic hoops, the little Tikes hoops.
Oh,
you can
yeah,
put up in the
yeah.
house. So.
Those are great for if you have a white trash stand-up pool. Those are great, too, out there.
Yeah.
Just lean it against the pool, you know.
We need to get us a pool. Maybe we can get Hugh Davis
That's
to
what we do.
supply the money for a pool in my backyard.
Come rent ours.
Yeah, there you go. We can rent it at Eastern. There you go. 3-1. As Irvine pulls one down the third base line to run the count full, 3-2.
Yeah, my son, he's always asking me, Max is always asking me to go out and throw baseball to him, and we've got one of those pitch-back nets.
Okay, yeah.
So we use tennis balls, and for a 6-year-old, he's got a heck of a swing. He's going to be a great baseball player. If he
Maybe a
keeps it
legend
up.
someday.
Maybe. He's already a legend to his mom.
There you go.
And he's a legend to me, too.
Bases loaded for Irvine. And a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Rivera sets and the payoff pitch inside ball 4.
He's
and
gonna
Rivera
walk him
will
in.
walk in a run. And Rivera comes in, and the first 2 batters he sees, a base on balls to Thompson, and a base on balls giving Irvine an RBI.
Now, did he get hit on that, or was that a base on balls?
Hugh, is that a hit by a pitch, or was that a base on balls?
I think a ball.
Ball 4, okay. Yeah, checking out the replay here. Let's check it out.
That's why I thought it.
Okay. Rivera.
Yeah, they're at a meeting at the mound as we watch this replay.
Yeah, check it out here. As came in. Yep, it's ball 4. Took it inside, so appreciate Marsh helping us out there on the instant replay. So the base is loaded. Once again, now it's Hawkins digging in. 222 hitter this year, a home run and 2 RBI.
Ooh.
And that one came in and
That
right
got him.
on the elbow of Hawkins. And the Hawks shaking it off.
You know,
It did get him, yeah.
And you got to wonder here now that's twice he's come inside really close to both batters he's faced here, and now he's hit Hawkins. But he's brought in 2 runs just from his pitching, and there's no bats doing work for the Legends. So you know what? They'll take it though. If you can get a run, if you can get 2 more runs up on the
Yeah.
board without swinging the bat, why not? But I'm surprised that the manager from York is not coming out and getting him out of there. As a matter of fact, there's nobody warming up.
Yeah. He brought Rivera in, and he is struggling 3 straight guys, just basically giving a base, 2 base on balls, and the hit by pitch to Hawkins. As now Brasino bats with just 1 out, and the base is still chock full of Legends. Down in the dirt, that one going to stay in front of the catcher, Castro.
I mean, right now, York's digging a hole for themselves, and these are all self-inflicted wounds here in this inning.
Legends 8-1 lead. 4 runs in this inning already, and a threat to do some more damage with Brasino at the plate.
Brasino, a former teammate of Mike Trout when he played for the Angels. Hoping he gets a little of that rubbed off on him here on this one.
Pitch down on the dirt again. 2-0 to the Legends catcher.
It's weird saying down in the dirt when it's not dirt.
Down in the mud.
down in the $1 million field.
There you go, yeah. Down on the turf, I guess, if you will. If you want to get technical, Hugh.
Well, that's his job. He's got to be technical.
I know.
He's a
That's
statistician.
why he gets paid the big bucks. 2-0. I tried to get Hugh to buy lunch tomorrow. He said, no, I got to work the Legends game. You know, he's got to be here. 3 balls, no strikes to the Legends catcher, and another maybe potential run could be coming in on this pitch.
Yeah, I'm just really surprised there's nobody warming up yet.
Outside, ball 4. 9-1
3 straight
Legends.
runs.
Wow.
They have walked in 3 straight runs. And still nobody warming up. And it looks like now they're getting somebody up to start throwing.
And the bad thing is, he hasn't even been close over the plate, has Rivera, since coming in.
No, I mean, there's been nothing to hit.
Yeah.
It has not been tough at bats for these Legends batters because there's nothing that's been close enough for them to take a swing at. So this has been easy work for them.
9-1 as Pugh now bats. And Tillman takes one inside, ball 1. We've got Irvine, Hawkins, and Brasino on the bases for the Legends. And now the second baseman, Pugh, at the dish. Wearing number 15.
And this is the guy you don't want to see with bases loaded.
Yeah, with the way he's swinging the bat right now. Pugh takes 2-0.
2 pitches low, and if you're Pugh, you're in great position here because you know he's got to throw strikes or he's coming out quick, and he's got 3 earned runs.
Rivera with the 2-0 delivery. Pugh watches it go by below the knees. 3 balls, no strikes. Rivera has thrown as many strikes in the last 3 batters as Steve, Keith, Hugh, and I have combined.
In our career.
And we're up here in the box. That one, Pugh taking all the way. Even actually stepped out of the box.
Yeah, before he got there.
Now 3-1 the count. 1 out to Pugh. Rivera sets and delivers, and Pugh will foul it off and run this count full. The count is full, and so are the bases. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the Legends with Irving, Hawkins, and Brasino aboard. The payoff pitch, Pugh into right center field, a base hit, and that might clear him. 1 run will score. Hawkins will come around. 2 runs will score. A 2 RBI double for Tillman Pugh. Give him now 8 RBI on the season.
Now that makes him the sole leader in the Atlantic League in the RBI column here. He put that right where he needed to in right centers. We watched the replay here. It's right at the Lexington sign, bounces off the first guard fence. And they bring it in after 2 runs scored, and he'll get a stand-up double here. So great work there by the second baseman. And the Legends stretch that lead out to 10 now, 11-1.
Swihart, who popped up to third base his last at-bat, which was the only out of this inning so far. He's right back up there to bat once again here in the 4th. And he'll rip one hard down the right field line. That'll get foul.
There's a souvenir. Look at that. There it is. There we
Great
go.
shot there for that young lady. So 2 runners in scoring position for Swihart. Brasino and Pugh at third and second. And that pitch on the outside corner to make it 0-2 to Blake Swihart. Single to right center field his first time around. Popped up to third base his last time up. Again, that was earlier in this inning. He'll swing through for strike 3 here. And the only 2 outs of this inning coming at the expense of the Legends designated hitter.
But still, you know, it's only the second out of the inning. You've still got runners on second and third here for the Legends and a chance to bring in more runs, and you've got a big bat coming in to do it.
Marshall tonight, 2 base hits. He's 2 for 2 in the game, has pushed his average now to .333.
He's had a hit this inning even.
Yep. Singled to left field and came in to score a run in this inning. First pitch out of the zone, ball one. Yeah, Pugh actually led off this inning with a single to left field, came around to score, and then he drove in 2 runs later on in this inning, and he finds himself now in scoring position again at second base. A 7-run bottom of the 4th for the Legends. And that pitch, a called strike, 1-1 the count.
333 average.
And 1 home run came back on opening night here at Wild Health Field. Here's the 1-1. Inside now 2-1. Base is open with Betancourt in the on-deck circle. He singled the left field this inning as well.
Pinehurst, North Carolina native.
Swing and a miss from Marshall. Make it 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He was trying to swing and send that one to North Carolina and give his family a souvenir. And would have gotten close if he'd have gotten hold of it.
See if Marshall can drive in some runs here as this game has gotten out of hand. A 10-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th for the Legends. And looking for more. The 2-2 to Marshall coming inside. Another pitch that comes in on the Legends batter. And the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to M squared. Marshall at the plate. Playing over at first this evening. Played over at third on opening day.
You know, I don't know if Eduardo Rivera doesn't like people being close on the plate and he's trying to push him back, or if he just has, you know, he's got bad control tonight. But he's getting awful close to hitting another batter here.
Payoff pitch. And Marshall doesn't offer at it. Ball gets away. Brasinho won't try to score. Didn't want to risk it, I guess, but Rivera didn't even come to the plate either. So it would have been an easy score for Brasinho as Marshall gets the walk. And that'll bring up Dom Betancourt.
You know, and you can wonder, you know, maybe Brasinho didn't have a good look at it. Maybe he thought it was fouled off, or, you know, there could be a number of reasons he didn't try to score there. But in any case, that loads the bases up for Betancourt, and let's see if he can add on to that 7-run inning they've had.
Betancourt singled to left field. His first time around came in to score on a Cuevas 2 RBI single. Bases loaded for the Legends' third baseman. And the first pitch he sees, a hard hit ball in the left field line and into the shrubbery for strike 1.
And the word Betancourt means more runs.
Okay.
That's what that actually means.
See if he can drive in some here. Dom batting now .333 on the year. He's driven in 1 run this year. He's played some good defense over at third.
Get that right. Good glove.
Rivera sets and delivers the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Now falling behind 0-2. And I think if you're the manager for the Revolution, you're just ready to see Rivera get this inning over with and try to bring in another pitcher in the 5th inning.
He got Betancourt on that little curveball there. Curved on inside to him. Solid batter, though. Betancourt batting .333 as well. Him and Marshall lead the team right now.
Rivera awaiting the 0-2. The pitch coming in, and Betancourt lets it go by. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think we've seen the last of Mr. Rivera, though. I don't think he's going to be back out.
I agree. He's walked, 2, 3, 4 batters plus a hit by pitch to Hawkins that drove in a run.
Giving up 5 this inning. I think 2 of those were earned.
Coming in here, Betancourt, soft grounder over to Rivera. He'll lob it up and almost.
Well, I tell you what, it looked like he brought his foot off the bag before he just as he caught that.
Betancourt almost beat it out as Rivera kind of nonchalantly threw that thing over to first base. Legends leave the bases loaded. Let's check this replay out here and see exactly how close that was.
I almost think that first baseman got his foot off the bag as he caught it. Oh,
Man, that is so close.
It sure was.
Great job on the replay there as the Legends inning comes to an end. But a big inning it was. They now lead it by 10, 11-1 as we go to the fifth here live on the Legends YouTube channel. Troy Stokes Jr. will lead things off as we go into the top of the fifth inning with the Legends on top, 11-1. 10 hits, 11 runs scored for Lexington, and that 7-run bottom of the fourth blowing this thing open as they send Geraldo back out there on the mound on the first pitch out of the zone for ball one. The York Revolution 1-2 on the season. And Stokes Jr. takes outside 2-0. Long Island leading Charleston tonight 6-5. We've got Gastonia on top of the Genomes 8-1. And High Point defeating Lancaster right now 3-1. That one in the bottom of the seventh. Two balls and a strike here to Troy Stokes Jr. Geraldo delivers a pitch that forgot to break over the plate. It's now 3 balls and a strike. Here at Wild Health Field, a good shot there of the Legends relief pitcher Yaramil Geraldo from the Dominican Republic. The 3-1. Ball 4 to Troy Stokes Jr. to lead things off here in the inning. And to bring up Carlos Franco. Flew out to left field and struck out in his only 2 plate appearances. An 0-for-2 start for Franco thus far. 1 on and nobody out. Batting from the left side of the plate is Franco, the third baseman for the Revolution. Pitch coming in on Franco for ball 1. Get a good shot there of Marshall and Troy Stokes Jr. chatting it up at first base.
Franco played AAA ball at one time and resides in Salem, Massachusetts.
A 1-0 count. Franco awaits, and it's on the outside corner, a 1-1 count.
Nice throw.
Let's see if Geraldo can keep up his streak. He got the only 2 batters he faced out coming in the top of the 4th inning. But the walk to Troy Stokes. I talked about the leadoff walk, always coming back to hurt you. It did hurt them in that last inning when they walked, I believe it was, Rodriguez to start the inning. He came around to score the only run of the game thus far for the Revolution.
Yeah.
Here's Franco. Squaring off against Geraldo, and that pitch is popped up. It'll get foul. Betancourt doing his best to chase after it. It'll be a good little souvenir for that young man right there, if he can find it. There you go. So a 2-2 count to Franco. Geraldo gets the sign and the pitch. Hit hard into center field. Backing up is Thompson, and he'll watch it go over the wall. A 2-run shot for Carlos Franco. Makes this an 11-3 game, as you see there, Troy Stokes Jr. coming in to score on the 2-run blast by the York Revolution third baseman.
Absolutely crushed that ball straight away center. 400-foot plus shot there. He got every bit of that. And tip your hat to him. He has a great hit, good swing, and brings in a couple runs. But Legend still in good shape here.
Yeah, still an 8-run lead, 11-3, as Rodriguez comes back to the plate. 0-for-1 day for him. He was the one that grounded into that inning double play back in the first, and he walked back in the fourth, as we mentioned. Leading things off in that 4th inning, came around to score the other run of this contest for the Revolution. A 1-0 count as Geraldo gets the sign from Brasinho behind the plate. And the pitch is up high, 2-0. Yeah, the crowd are really starting to bundle up now, Steve, as we make our way into the middle innings. At some point, I'm probably going to have to give Keith his jacket back. That one's hit hard. Rodriguez to left center. Hawkins backing up. And Courtney will call off the center fielder, but can't make the catch. Hawkins had it in his glove, but dropped it.
Popped right out.
And there's going to be an E8, Hugh. Or E7, excuse me. An error on the left fielder, Hawkins. So that won't help Geraldo out any.
That's not something you can get used to seeing, because Hawkins is not the type of player that's going to drop many baseballs.
Now moving to his left. And it's a little bit windy out there. Not a ton of wind, but it is blowing toward right field. So
wind and also the new lights, right?
Yeah. We'll blame it on everything else. Yeah, anything but Hawkins.
Nothing to do with him.
That pitch coming in, a called strike. 0-1 the count.
That was a hard throw right there. Fastball right down the pipe.
Nobody out here in the inning. We're in the top of the 5th. And that one, a nice little changeup over the outside part of the plate. Castro takes. It's now 0-2. Coming in high is Geraldo.
You know what, though? That home run and that long hit right there woke him up, because he's throwing awful hard now. A lot harder than when he walked into this inning.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit frustrated with himself as well for allowing the home run and then the error, obviously adding into the frustration for the Legends pitcher, as there's now another runner in scoring position trying to buckle down and get out of a tiny jam here, even with that big lead.
But, sometimes when the pitcher has that happen, it wakes them up, too. They need to be jarred a little bit, and they get right into a good groove, and they close things out.
This one's coming in. Looked good, but taken for a ball. Evens us up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Could have been a little high there. Marvin King, the plate umpire, thought so.
Here comes the 2-2. Popped up in the left center field. Hawkins and Thompson converging. Thompson this time will call off Hawkins. He'll make the catch. And that's the first out of the inning.
Threw that little drop there, and he was able to get a bat on it, but couldn't hit it hard enough to do anything with it. So, nice throw, good catch, 1 out, and they'll keep that runner at second, like you said.
Bringing up Pereira, singled up the gut in the second inning, walked in the fourth for his 2 plate appearances thus far, a 1-for-1 day at the office.
I mean, it's almost May, and we're going to be in 30s tonight. It's going to be down at 35 degrees.
Yeah, I'm ready for the warmer weather to stick. We had some absolutely perfect weather here on opening night.
Oh, you did. It was. I got to plant my garden, though.
This one's grounded down the first base line. It'll get foul. Good shot there. I tell you what, these camera guys are working hard, too. Even on a cold night, some of those guys out there down on the field. Aiden Mills. Give us the names, Aiden. Aiden Mills. Who else we got here? Sam and Clay. There we go.
Sam, Clay, Aiden.
Sound like a great band name.
I was
Aiden,
just thinking
Sam, and
that.
Clay, man.
Yeah, the camera boys.
That pitch will bounce up into the glove of Persino.
And their taglines, picture this.
That's their lead
That's
single,
their album.
right?
Yeah. Picture this, the camera boys. Sam, Clay, Aiden.
The Zoom In and Zoom Out of My Heart's one of my favorite songs.
There you
got,
go. I like the F aperture.
Well, they had that love ballad, You Turned My Power On. That was a good one.
Oh, yeah. Remember that one called Zoom Into My Love?
Yeah. That was a remake of Zoom In and Out of My Heart.
Yeah, and then they came back with Refocused Love.
And that'll do it for this edition of Your Puns in the 5th inning.
That's right.
2 balls and a strike here.
Yeah, I mean, we were out of focus there,
Yeah,
so we let's get back on track here.
Wah, wah. 2 balls and a strike. I'm going to guess the count is right. I've been trying to make sure Hughes taking care of his job this evening. Got the runner in scoring position. Coming in, a swing and a miss from Herrera.
Mine counts better than yours.
He likes to throw that in your face, doesn't he?
I don't know. I don't get it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There is 1 out. Here in the 5th inning, the Legends with that big lead, but a 2-run home run by Carlos Franco here in this inning, giving the Revolution a little bit of hope in the contest.
You know, we told Hugh before the game there's no I in team, and was it him that says, yeah, but there's a me in it?
Yeah,
Was that
on
what he
his
said?
T-shirt it says that.
That's
you know?
right. There's a me in team. I believe he's ignoring us now.
And I'm the T in team.
He's
T-
back.
2-2 count and swinging through and a miss. The strikeout is Herrera, so a good job by Geraldo to get the swing and miss and his first strikeout of the game. Got to bring up Elmer Reyes. 0 for 2 start to the game for him. He's grounded out to short and struck out himself. Geraldo coming in here in a pitch that is popped up and behind the plate for strike 1. Kenley on the on-deck circle. Jack Kenley, the second baseman. He's been on base both times that he's been up today. The 0-1 from Geraldo. That's popped up back behind the plate again, 0-2. Kenley drove in Rodriguez back in that 4th inning to get the party started offensively for the Revolution. Of course, the real party got started in the bottom half of that inning when the Legends scored 7 runs to take this 11-1 lead before the 2-run shot by Franco this inning.
It's good to see, though, that Geraldo's throwing strikes here.
This one in the left center field. That one's hit hard. Thompson and Hawkins giving chase, and Thompson covering some nice ground in left center field to haul that one in and end the inning. Steve Tressler, folks, he's going to have the call for you tomorrow night. You heading out or staying out? You hanging out some more? Heading out?
I'm going to head out. I'm going to listen to you on the way home, and I'll be here early tomorrow morning and ready to go for first pitch. Education Day, so we'll have a lot of young kids out here to watch baseball, and I'm excited for it. And thank you, Mike, for bringing me in today. Let me hang out with you and bring some good luck to the team and break that nastiness that Tom put on.
Yeah, so Tom's probably asleep by now, but he'll be back on the call over the weekend as the Legends are on their way to a win. Still a long way to go as we are in the middle of the fifth, heading to the bottom half of the fifth inning with the Legends on top 11-3. Steve Tressler, thank you for hanging out with me, sir. We'll see you tomorrow here on the Legends YouTube channel. We'll step aside and come right back to Wild Health Field. Got a 1-0 count here as Cuevas will lead things off in the bottom of the fifth with the Legends on top 11-3. New pitcher in the game for the Revolution, number 17, Isaac Sanchez from New York, Bronx, New York. Where Hugh Davis was born and raised from, and he grew up on the mean streets of New York. Rocky Top. He says, got a 3-0 count, Cuevas here leading things off. And that pitch on the outside corner, strike one. Thompson in the on-deck circle after a walk his first time around. This one's hit up, way up into the air. And right on top of the big league roofing area. This one hit down the right field line. It'll get foul. Cuevas battling here. Now the count full after getting a 3-0 lead at one point. Get a good shot at the Fayette Heating and Air sign there. So the payoff pitch coming up. Cuevas waiting it from Sanchez. It's up high, ball 4. So a good job, Cuevas, making him throw a lot of pitches there after coming in and coaxing the walk. Now to bring up Nate Thompson after coming in for Boog Powell, who injured himself after an RBI single and then advancing over to second base. Got injured sliding into second. Boog exited the ball game. Thompson came in the top of the third. Had his first at-bat last inning, and he walked and eventually came in to score. Sanchez the pitch. Thompson in the right field. Backing up the right fielder into the warning track at the wall. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Here comes Phillip Irvine to the plate. Irvine in right field tonight, doubled to left field, and he actually walked in a run his last plate appearance as part of that 7-run bottom of the 4th for the Legends. Irvine takes one here, outside corner, a called strike. Michael Watkins here with you on the call. Appreciate Steve Tressler for hanging out with us. He'll get his feet wet tomorrow on the play-by-play as the Legends take on the Revolution in game number 2. It's a ball and a strike here on the count to Irvine. As Cuevas gets his lead off of first. 1 out in the inning. Sanchez the pitch. Hard hit ball, but just a tad bit too far out in front. Irvine hauling that one down the left field line and over toward the kids' area. Clay doing a great job with the high and wide cam up here behind home plate. As we check out the 1-2 from Sanchez. Sets and delivers. Grounded over to third. Y'all throw it to second for 1. Going to turn 2. Beautifully done on the 5-4-3 double play as the inning comes to an end. Check out the instant replay here. Irvine grounding it to third, thrown over to second for 1, to first for 2, and the inning is over. Legends lead it 11-3 after 5. We're heading to the 6th here at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Johnson comes in and immediately strikes out the first batter he sees. As Kinley goes down on strikes. And that'll bring up Recuse to the plate. Special thanks to Keith Hardiman for allowing me to wear his jacket. I had to go down there and get me a shirt in between innings to stay warm. Yeah, Mike told us it would be good up here during the summer. They got the AC working now, but we forgot to turn the heat on today. So Johnson with a 1-0 count to Recuse and a grounder down the line at third. It'll get foul. Yeah, folks, if you're here, you got to check out the Stash Shop. They got stuff for everybody down there. They got some cool Nike gear as well as got some Legends apparel for everybody. And now the Wild Health Genomes apparel down in the Stash Shop as well. Pitch down in the dirt or in the turf, as Hugh Davis would so elegantly want me to announce this evening. We're no longer the dirt and grass. Got the turf field down. 2-1 to Recuse. 1 out. Base is empty. Johnson sets and delivers. Swing through and a miss on strike 2. As Johnson, after striking out Kinley, looking for more here. The 2-2 count to Recuse, the right fielder, who struck out his first time around and popped up to the third baseman in the 4th inning. An 0-for-2 day thus far for the Revolution right fielder. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded over to short. It'll be a tough play for Cuevas. No, it's not. Cuevas fields it easily and thrown over to Marshall in time for the out. We'll go back to the top of the order as Jeffrey Perez will come to the plate. Base is empty for the top of the order as Perez comes to bat against Johnson. Johnson the pitch outside, ball 1. Johnson from Thousand Oaks, California. 32 years of age, 6 foot 185 is Johnson listed as. And he'll get a ground over to Pugh. Pugh throws over to Marshall in time for the out. And a 1-2-3 inning for Marshall. The Legends hanging on to that 8-run lead. It's 11-3 as we go to the bottom half of the 6th at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Courtney Hawkins will lead things off. Was hit by a pitch right on his left elbow in the last time around. And the Hawk, who's kind of off to a slow start this year, batting just .222, had that one home run in the first series. Where's that elbow protector? And it came in and paid dividends in his last at-bat and has to back off here as Sanchez brings in one high and tight to fall behind 2-0. Hawkins awaits in the left field and right towards Troy Stokes Jr. for the out. First out of the inning for Brasino now coming to the plate. First pitch strike to Brasino. Pugh in the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-1. Jose, a hard hit ball in the third base line, but foul. Nothing in two to the Legends catcher. A 188 average for Brasino, 4 RBI driven in on the season. Here comes the 0-2. Outside, a ball and 2 strikes as Castro comes out of his stance to toss it back to Sanchez on the mound. Eight-run lead for the home team as Brasino going to try to bloop one in here. It will be caught by the right fielder. A great catch. Good hustle by Racusin and right. He started back on that before charging in to make the catch for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Tillman Pugh. Pugh in the last inning, 2 base hits. He started the inning off with a single to left field and then came back around later in the inning, driving in 2 runs on a 2 RBI double to right field. So 2 hits in the contest thus far, and a .313 average for the Legends' second baseman. 3 home runs, 8 RBI for Pugh, and he'll ground one over to third and foul. Get a good shot there of the Legends dugout. Check that out, folks. As you see Marshall and some of the guys getting ready for their at-bat if Pugh can extend the inning. But that hard-hit ball will be caught by the center fielder, and Perez makes the catch to end the inning. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th for Sanchez as the Legends leading it 11-3 after 6. We go to the 7th here at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Troy Stokes Jr. will lead things off for the Revolution here in the top of the 7th inning. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike one. A .357 hitter now on the season is Stokes Jr. 1 home run, 3 RBI. Takes that one inside now, or make that a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Legends 11-3 lead is Johnson hanging in there. And this one's hit hard down the left field line. It will get foul. Good shot there from Aiden Mills on the camera. A 1-2 the count to Troy Stokes Jr. He'll take one here out of the zone. 2-2 the count. See if Stokes Jr. can get aboard for the Revolution. 2-2 the count. And a chopper down the third base line and foul. Johnson battling here as the Legends try to close out this big lead. This one grounded over to short. Cuevas will come up, throw over in time for the first out of the inning. So the first out of the 7th inning, secured by Cuevas. Throw out over to first. And that'll bring up Carlos Franco, who homered to left center field. A straightaway shot, basically, in the last inning that drove in Troy Stokes. Johnson will deliver the first pitch. Franco lets it go by for a strike one call. Michael Watkins here with you on the call, folks. Appreciate you joining us on this Tuesday night on the Legends YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the Legends on social media. You can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They got some TikTok action as well. Pitch outside. It's a 1-1 count. Be a part of all the fun this season here at the ballpark. Get your tickets now on the Legends website. Check out all the different promotions going on this season. At one point this year, there will be a Sexiest Plumber in Lexington promotion going on. I think am I right, Mike? Is it? Yeah, so Sexiest promo, or a Sexiest Plumber in Lexington. And just so you all know at home, Hugh Davis is not a plumber, so he cannot win the award that night. 2-1 here to Castro. Little chopper over to second. Pugh will come up, field it, and throw over to first in time for out number 2. Now, Hugh was voted the sexiest scoreboard keeper in the history of the Legends. So that was pretty important. Now, he's got that plaque still up on his wall. Well, and that was an award that there was some boat vying that went on. There was a little violation there back in the day. So got 2 outs here in the inning. We go to Nelly Rodriguez now at the dish. Johnson looking for another quick one here after a quick top of the 6th. He'll get a swing and a miss for strike one here to Rodriguez. Johnson gets the sign from Brasinho, sets, and the 0-1. Down inside the turf, a ball and a strike. Johnson coming in relief, and Mason Cole pitched well in the first couple innings. Got himself in a jam, did a good job of getting himself out of those jams as well. The defense backed him up. And then in the third inning, things kind of went awry for him. I get the fourth inning. And was relieved of his duties. Geraldo came in and gave up that 2-run shot to Rodriguez, or to Franco in the fifth inning. And now here we are in the seventh. And a pitch on the inside taken for a ball. It's now 3 balls on a strike to Nelly Rodriguez. Rodriguez playing over at first this evening for the Revolution. A great shot there of Jeff Johnson. He shakes his head yes, likes the call, and the 3-1. Hit hard and fouled off down the right field line to run this count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Legends an 8-run lead, 11-3 here in the 7th. Johnson shakes off a couple of pitches, and Brasino eventually calls time as he and Johnson try to get on the same page here. There's a call he likes. Payoff pitch coming. Up high, it'll be ball 4 as Johnson misses up in the zone. And a 2-out walk to Rodriguez. So Carlos Castro now comes to the plate. Carlos has seen his average dip even more, now batting just 0.71 on the year. A 204 OPS for Castro. Here's a pitch from Johnson. Brasino tried to pull it up in the zone for the home plate umpire, Marvin King. But King, the old crafty veteran behind the plate, didn't give him the strike call. It's a 1-0 count. Johnson sets, and a swing and a miss evens this count up at a ball and a strike. Two outs in the inning, an 11-3 score. Legends with the 8-run lead here in the 7th. One more out to clear this inning. Johnson checks the runner and the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2 as Castro has gone 0 for 2 in these swing and misses in these last 2 pitches from Johnson. One ball, 2 strikes to the catcher for the Revolution, Carlos Castro. Stands in, swings through, strike 3, Brasino. Had a good call. Johnson executes the pitch. A swing and a miss for Carlos Castro on 3 straight pitches to end the inning. Legends preserve this 8-run lead 11-3 as we go to the bottom half of inning number 7 at Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. New pitcher in the game for the Revolution as number 37, Robinson Pata, comes in. Last team was the DSL Red Sox from Venezuela. Now pitching for the Revolution. It's a 2-0 count as Blake Swihart now at bat for the Legends here to lead off in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Swihart, Marshall, and then Betancourt. The 2-0, Swihart takes it outside, or make that inside. Now 3 balls, no strikes. As Blake trying to lead things off. And a pitch, outside, ball 4. Now Marshall bats and a swing and a miss with Swihart on deck. Montreal, a 333 average. He's had a good game again here this evening. This pitch swung on and missed to make it 0-2. Marshall quickly behind in the count. As Pata coming in here hot to Marshall. And the pitch outside, now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hard hit ball over the right field wall, or excuse me, the roof here behind home plate. Been a good game thus far for the Legends, obviously getting the offense going, and the rough pitching from the Revolution in that bottom of the 4th really opened up the floodgates for the Legends offense, which has been struggling over the weekend. Had that 8-run performance against the Blue Crowds when they lost 21-8. But good to see them put a game like this together. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Marshall. 1 home run, 5 RBI on the season for the Legends first baseman. This will be a chopper over to third. They'll throw to second for 1, and to first to turn the double play. Nicely done. We've seen some excellent defense tonight from both of these teams, and that double play ball there perfectly executed by the Revolution defense. And the 5-4-3 double play puts now 2 outs on the board for Dom Betancourt. Check out the replay here on the double play ball. A hard chopper over to third. Going to be a close play at second, and then an even closer play at first. A great job by Rodriguez to dig that thing out for the double play executed, again, to perfection by the Revolution. Got a 1-0 count here to Betancourt, batting here in the bottom of the 7th. Legends an 8-run lead. Betancourt down the right field line. Will that one get down? It will. A nice piece of hitting by Betancourt. He's had a good game tonight. Opposite field, and a 2-out double for the Legends third baseman. That will bring up Cesar Cuevas, the shortstop, with an 8-run lead. And the Legends looking to add to it here late in the game. Cuevas a 143 average now on the years. Had a good night today, or a good night tonight as well. First pitch, strike 1 call. Tomorrow is Education Day. The Legends back at home against the Revolution. Going to be a chilly one tomorrow. That one's grounded over to second base, and Cuevas will ground out to end the inning. The Legends on top 11-3. Got a good shot there as the Revolution come off the field. Down by 8, 6 outs remaining for the Revolution to try to come back in this ball game. We'll step aside and come right back here to Wild Health Field. This is the Legends YouTube channel. New pitcher in the game for the Legends, number 28, Brett Schneider, coming in for Lexington as they are 6 outs away from their second win of the season. First pitch fouled off for pinch hitter number 7, now hitting for the Revolution. Or make that, that's Herrera. The scoreboard says Troy Stokes Jr. We'll get that fixed for you folks. Look at this. How about this fan? Going to give the ball to another fan. That's good to see. Some fans supporting fans. We're here for each other, folks. Outside, a ball and a strike. Herrera from the Santo Domingo Dominican Republic. Played for York last season. Pitch, called strike. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Snyder gets a ground over to Marshall at first, and he'll step on the bag for the first out of the inning. Legends now 5 outs away from the victory. Don't forget, folks, still plenty of chances to see your Legends at home. They'll play York again tomorrow at 10:05 first pitch, and then on Thursday night at 6:35 first pitch. And then the Long Island Ducks coming back into town for the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday triple-header. First pitch here, called strike one. Yeah, Long Island back here for a 3-game series on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The 2:05 start on Sunday will be a good chance to watch the Legends. A little day baseball for you. You can stop by and watch some good baseball. Bring the family out after a church, and you get the family dinner done. You can come out and check out the Legends on Sunday. Oh, and 2 the count to Reyes. That one's popped up and out of play. The 0-2 again. Popped up and out of play again. Reyes battling here, batting below 100 early on in the season.
Kids get to be on the field before the game and run the bases after the game Sunday.
Hugh Davis dropping some knowledge there that the kids on Sunday get to run the bases before the game and after the game? Oh, okay. Pitch and catch on the field before the game, and then they get to run the bases after the game. So that'll be fun. Montrez Marshall getting back in there to haul in a foul ball out for the second out of the inning. One more out remaining in this inning as the Legends trying to close it out. Coming to the plate for the Revolution is Jack Kinley. Pitch coming inside, ball one. Getting a good look at Snyder there on the mound tonight for Lexington. Had a couple of different relievers following the start from Mason Cole. Might see J.J. Hoover back on the mound tomorrow after starting opening night. Coming in here, it's going to be a called strike. Snyder delivers one inside. Counting now, I think, 3-1. Ball 4. Oh, called strike 2. So that will run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes to Kinley. And that pitch outside, ball 4. Looking alive over there, Davis. Got a good shot there of one of the Legends bat boys walking in front of the camera there. A great angle on that as we bring up Recusin back to the plate. 4 outs away from a victory here in Lexington are the Legends. Recusin has struggled today. He's 0 for at the plate. Pitch up high. Recusin today 0 for 3. He's batting 133 on the season. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here in the inning for the right fielder from the Revolution. A grounder fouled on the third base side. Perez in the on-deck circle. And the 2-1. Popped up foul. Or maybe not. It's going to be in play. Pugh backing up, as is Marshall. And Pugh with an over-the-shoulder grab heading into right field. A nice job by Pugh to make that grab and to end the inning. Recusin now 0 for 4. We check out the replay here on the live stream. That pitch hit, started into foul territory, eventually made its way back into fair play. And Tillman Pugh making the grab for the Legends. Legends will come back out here in the bottom of the 8th with a big lead, 11-3 over the Revolution. We'll come right back here to Wild Health Field on the Legends YouTube channel. Back to the action here as Thompson leads off in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch outside, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count to the Legends center fielder. Thompson coming in replace of Boog Powell, who was injured back in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 1-2 the count. On the mound now for the Revolution, number 37. That is Parra staying in the game for York. Potter gets set. And the 1-2. Scratch that. We'll replay. Time is called, and now they'll dig back in the box and on the mound. And the pitch up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Want to get back behind the catcher Castro off the backstop. Castro gives the sign to Parra. The payoff pitch. Thompson grounded deep in the hole. It's short and through. That brings up Irvine to the plate. Irvine will bat with a .263 average. Had a good game thus far. He's played some good defense out in right field as well. As the Legends holding on to this 11-3 lead. Irvine, first pitch swinging, popping it up, heading into foul territory, and caught by Rodriguez over in foul territory. Holding Thompson over at first. Had to bring up the Hawk. Courtney Hawkins, the left fielder for the Legends. Was one of the top leaders in home runs, RBIs, and pretty much everything you could be in the offensive categories last year as a member of the Legends. Even though he missed 30-plus games, Hawkins was an absolute terrorizer of the baseball. And he gets on here, grounding one in the same spot that Thompson did. And the Legends have two aboard here in the bottom of the eighth with one out. And Jose Brasino coming to the plate. It's the first hit of the game for Hawkins, who was 0 for 3 before that point. Jose Brasino, the catcher, 0 for 2 in the ball game thus far. And he bats here on the inside corner. A pitch taken for strike one is the call. Thompson at second, Hawkins at first, and both guys good speed. Potter likes the call. Here comes a pitch. Little chopper over to short. Would be hard to turn to. Hawkins out at second. Brasino safe at first. Jose hustling down the line. Pugh down the right field line. That could be RBIs aplenty for Tillman, who's already got two of them in the game. Brasino going to be safe at third as he has some fun sliding into third base. But another RBI for Pugh is his 9th of the season. And that'll bring up Blake Swihart. Here's a hard hit ball from Blake in the left field and caught for the third out of the inning. Legends tack on a run on the RBI from Pugh, his 9th of the season. It's now a 9-run Legends lead as the Revolution, 3 outs remaining. They've got to score at least 9 runs to push this ball game even further. We'll step aside and come right back to the Legends ballpark. It's Wild Health Field, and we're on the Legends YouTube channel. Legends, this big 9-run lead as we go to the top of the ninth inning. And staying into the game for the Legends, number 28, that's Snyder, hanging in there to try to close this baby out. At the plate, Perez, the top of the order here for the Revolution. And a quick strike call there to make this count 1-1. One ball, one strike as the Revolution got to plate 9 runs in this inning to continue this ball game. Two balls, one strike. Here comes a pitch. Popped up in the left field. Hawkins started back, now comes forward. The first out of the inning recorded by the Hawk in left field.
Here we go.
It's the time of the night where we get to guess the attendance number. I'm going to say...
Bill, what do you think attendance?
I'm going to say 1173. Get a base hit here into right field from Stokes Jr. I said 1173. I was so close. Yeah. What'd you say, Keith? 1375. Yeah, you can't go over it. We were both pretty close. 1273, the attendance number tonight. On a cold one here in late April. Coming to the plate now is Franco following the base hit from Stokes Jr. Got a one out here in the inning. 2 outs away from the win are the Legends. 10:05 start in the morning. We're almost 12 hours away from the next first pitch of the game for these two teams as they'll square off here at Wild Health Field on an Education Day, the first of the season. A lot of young ones running around the ballpark tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That pitch out of the zone, 2-1 as Franco bats. Had a 2-run home run back in the 5th inning, did the third baseman for the Revolution. Here's Snyder. Setting and delivering the pitch. Hard hit ball into center field. Backing up is Thompson. He'll make a nice catch in deep center field for the second out of the inning. And chasing Stokes Jr. back to first base as now Nelly Rodriguez will come to the plate with the final out, awaiting the Legends from another victory here at home. Their second of the season. They would go to 2-3 on the year, and the Revolution would fall to 1-4. Snyder. The first pitch of the at-bat, swung on and missed, and that one had some pop to it as it hits the glove of Brasino. 0-1 the count to the first baseman for York, Nelly Rodriguez. 1 on, 2 out. Snyder, the pitch, outside, a ball and a strike, trying to get Rodriguez to chase one here out of the zone. Brasino the sign. Snyder gives the nod and the 1-1 delivery. Hit hard by Rodriguez into left center field. Thompson now backing up over to his left, and he'll make the catch to end this game. Lexington 12, York 3, your final score here this evening. What a great game all around as the Legends secure the victory. Lexington will win for just the second time this year. They'll go to 2-3 on the season, and they'll face the Revolution again in about 12 hours. First pitch tomorrow at 10:05 a.m. here on Education Day. These same two teams squaring off. Legends with the win here tonight as we Sound it off here, folks. Thanks to Hugh Davis, Keith Hardiman, Bill Sally up here in the office with us, and our man Adam Marsh on the producing once again here on the live stream. Great camera work for the crew here tonight as we sound it off on the Legends YouTube channel. I'm Michael Watkins, folks. Steve Chester will be back with you tomorrow at Wild Hill Field as the Legends take on the York Revolution.